What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today, I had to pause my Dua Lipa music just to record this video, and I am upset. Here you get a little small taste. Surely I won't get copyright for this. There you go. That was probably very loud. Anyways, shout out Dua Lipa. I love Dua Lipa. Let me play my normal music. One sec. Today we're going to be doing teams, MCC teams with one newcomer per team, okay? Highly requested newcomer. Now, this is not an original concept. This is something that has happened on the Reddit quite a lot recently. Actually, it's been happening for a little bit of time. I did my little bit of research because I feel like I have an understanding of who the community wants to see in the event the most, as someone who actively looks, because I make content about it, so, you know. But I just wanted to make sure to check if what I thought was correct was indeed correct. And I pretty much was correct. So yeah, let's give this a shot. Okay, I cover the teams for the most part. First team, this was bound to also, before we get into these teams, this orange team, fire, by the way. I literally love every single person on this team. Not like in a romantical way. Well, no. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm joking. These are all good friends. Anyways, moving on. I would like to have a different tab. There you go, so I don't get distracted. Okay, first, I just wanted to get out of the way, alright? I'm obviously, up there when it comes to team requests, and this, for those of you who've watched the Wolfeei channel or the Wolfeei stream at all in the past year, also, anniversary for Mogomel coming up soon. I will make an anniversary video. Anyways, this has been the team that I say I want the most if I ever get a chance to be in MCC. This is the team I want the most. Out of all of them, if I can get this, God bless. Okay? This is what I want. Me, Shane, obviously is a duo that people super, super highly request. As far as I can recall, at least. It's probably, when people can consider all possible duos, when it comes to not just the MCC players, me and Shane is the most requested Fire Breathman duo, which makes sense because we're best friends. And then I personally have attached Conrad's Pants and Ludwig to that because they are super funny and entertaining. I actually know Connor. He seems cool. Ludwig, I have not had an interaction with. However, we are both mogul mailers. I think this would be such a fire team. I actually think the chemistry in this team would be out of this world. Would be super cool. Let me take a sip of my orange drink before I get to the orange team. One sec. Alright. Sorry, I had to clench my thirst. Moving on. That's the red team. Orange team. Look, when you put me on red, you already know who's going to be on orange. The other red guy. Radoon's most most requested lifesteal member, I think. It's either him, Zam, or Parker. Rec Rap, that is. But I think red probably ends up being the most requested player, which is mostly caused by him being the person out of the three who spreads across the community the most. Obviously, he is the most recurring Block Wars player out of the three. He plays in Pandora's Box. His content varies pretty well, I'd say. Parker has been getting into speedrunning, which is very good when it comes to that type of variety. However, you know, Red has been spreading across the community a little bit more. So, Red and Sparkles, very obvious duo that was going to be put here. Also, I tried to do team balancing. From these two teams, I've already noticed that I have failed. I think, even though I think Kara is probably significantly better than Ludwig and Shelby is significantly better than Connor, still don't think that me and Shane compares to Red and Sparkles. I think that's a little unfair. Either way, Red Sparkles had to be a duo. It was going to be them on the same team. Also, only one newcomer per team in this entire roster. There's multiple newcomers who could have been put together, and I was really trying to, but then I realized that's just Block Wars teams. So, anyways, Then if you have Sparkles, Kara, it works really well. Kara and Red are also friends. They know each other relatively well, I would say. And then Shelby is put on here as someone who I really just wanted to put in general. There was another team where I wanted to put Shelby. However, balancing-wise, I thought it would be a bit better to move Shelby elsewhere. I think Shelby actually would gel well in this team. I mean, Shelby probably, obviously knows Sparkles and Kara. And I think Red and Shelby would get along pretty well. Red is a pretty chill dude. He's a cool, like, top frag to have on a team, and I think Shelby's a very cool, like, bottom frag to have on a team as well. Anyways, moving on. Yellow team. Now, this is the only hermit that I put here, which is Doc M77. When I was thinking of newcomers, I know that there's several hermits who are requested, but I also know that if I pick more than one, there's a pretty big chance that I'll end up having some odd teams, because there's another team that is a mostly hermit team, but with a different newcomer. You can probably guess who that is. So for Doc, I went for the simple strategy of just picking like some of the more welcoming players when it comes to MCC. I recall from the Hermit Gang rap that Doc calls out Grian at the start or something. So I was just like, yep, they're going to be on the same team now. Then I gave them Pete, because Pete is one of the top frags that is the best to put with new players, and especially hermits. I think Pete just gels well with super well, and he's super welcoming to them. So I think he's a great teammate to have. Then Grian, obviously I already explained. Then Scar, I just love Scar. Scar is such a cool guy. He just had to be on the roster somewhere. He could have been on a different team potentially, but we'll see. Anyways, moving on. I don't know if there's anything glitchy going on the screen. It shows for me that there's something glitchy going on the screen, but I'm not sure. Anyways, moving on. Lime team. This is the team that Shelby was originally on. This team is for Gracie. Oh my god, that's loud. Let me turn that down. 1 sec. Okay, there we go. Grace, I wanted to put with Scott. Scott, usually, obviously, I would have put with Shane, because I think they gel really well, but Scott on that team is not fair. So, on my team, at least. So, that wasn't happening. So, I put Scott with Grace. I think they're pretty good friends. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit further. Okay, they're pretty good friends. And then I had Dave. Dave and Grace were on the same content creator team for a long time. As far as I recall, they are very good friends. And I just needed a pretty good player to at least put on the team, because, like I said, Shane would have made a lot of sense, but he was already on my team, and I call shotgun, okay? This is my video! So then you get Dave, Scott, Grace, and I thought, you know, they need like a middle of the pack player who fits the team, and I think Ollie Orion Sound fits that requirement. You know, I think Ollie would gel really well in the team. Ollie's super funny. I think he fits well. Alright, moving on. Green team. Newcomer for this team is Jack. Now, Jack, I know, has been... I should also address every single person here. I didn't address Grace. Grace was already highly requested. After Rising, she has only become more increasingly highly requested, I think. Grace is super awesome. Would be great to see her in MCC. Don't know when she would be able to, because I don't know how soon they might consider people for Rising 2 to be added. But we'll see. So yeah, Grace, great pick. Anyways, moving on. Jack. Jack was already pretty highly requested. Not like super high, but like definitely talked about somewhat frequently. I think probably because of Block Wars, if I had to guess. But Jack also had a thing where he showed that he had the IP for the MCC practice server on a server list, and people immediately thought that was a leak. That's not how that works. Anyways, he's talked about a lot when it comes to potential adds to MCC, and I think he'd be a cool fit. I think he'd be pretty unique, in the sense of, like, I don't think there's many people like him in the event. I think people that you could potentially compare are maybe like Elena or something like that. But I could be totally wrong. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. Anyways, this one was literally such a free like team to make. Such an easy pick. Jojo and Jack, potentially best friends. I don't even know. They just love hanging out. And I know that they've also been silly with Lizzie and Joel. So yeah, that was just easy. Literally, the reasoning behind this team is that they're all friends, and it would be funny as heck. So yeah, cool team, big fan. Next up, Cyan. Now here's Sleepy. Sleepy as a requested newcomer is a little bit goofy because the entire reasoning behind it is because of Block Wars. Sleepy is one of the funniest people in Block Wars. He is such a goofball. One of my favorite people to team with in Block Wars, even though we've only teamed twice. Yeah, he's great. And I mean, he was on my Rising team application, so that should show that, like, great guy. Anyways, 5-up Sleepy. I mean, if Sleepy's playing, he's with 5-up. I think if Sleepy were to ever be an MCC, he'd probably be a one-time player, but I'm not sure. I think it just makes more sense for him to be a one-time player because I think although he's not like super glued to 5-up, that it just feels wrong to not have them on the same team. So they're on the same team. And then, I mean, these guys are just like OTV and Friends associates. They had to get Saikuno because of Block Wars. Anytime Saikuno has played in Block Wars, he was with 5-up and Sleepy. And then I added John there as the fourth. I think John would probably make it balanced. I feel like this team could be a little weak. It could be a little strong. It very much depends on how Sleepy would do in his first event performance. He has been incorrectly rated, I think, when it comes to how people expect him to perform. Keep in mind, yes, he might have done really well in Block Wars as of recent. However, he's also played 8 times, so it took a little while to get there. But I think he could be like a 25th place player in the event. Maybe this event a little higher because I think the balancing for this might be a little low, but I'm not sure. Anyways, very fire team. Obviously, out of the ones so far, probably either the least likely or the second least likely. I'm looking at my team. I don't know how soon we'll see Ludwig or Connor return to MCC. I hope it's sometime soon. They're just such cool people to have in the event. Moving on. Aqua team. Now, here we have our first potential, maybe in similar regard to Grace, where you're thinking like, well, Misty was an MCC Pride. Would that count for her being a newcomer? Yes. And I don't care. This team's fire. So if Misty doesn't count as a newcomer for some freaking reason, I don't care. All right? Sue me. Anyways, Misty, great friend of mine, one of my best friends for a long time now. Misty also highly requested, makes super good YouTube videos, very knowledgeable when it comes to content creation, very skilled at Minecraft, and I think Misty is definitely up there as one of the best Minecraft players, point blank. When it comes to the variety of skills Minecraft has to offer, Misty is well above average in pretty much everything, which I think is insanely impressive. Like redstone, building, coding, PvP, parkour, team games, etc. Misty is really good at everything. So, fantastic player to have in an event. And I give Misty a very funny-oriented team. Started off with Charlie on the team. Misty and Charlie, such a fun duo in the past. I don't know if they've hung out recently much, but Charlie's been a highlight in some of the Misty's videos, and also in Block Wars they had a really funny team. They're just a super sick duo. I added Phil. Now, Phil and Charlie are goofy, silly QSMP gang group, whatnot, blah, 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 whatever, right? Phil and Misty also know each other. I think Phil and Misty actually would gel pretty well on a team together. I think they share similar types of skill, where Phil is also very much an all-rounder when it comes to Minecraft. I don't know how good his redstone skills are, but I would say, or like coding skills, but like, it's very similar to Misty in the other, or he's very similar in the other aspects like PvP, parkour, etc. Like very similar, like when it comes to being all-rounded. And then finally on the team, I put Jack Manifold. Jack Manifold is just a goofy little guy, you know. You have to put him on there, you know. Also, this team needed like another lower frag, but not like a bottom frag. I think this team probably does have a very strong duo though, so maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Whatever. I say we'll see. This is never happening probably, but if it can happen, holy crap. You know, I did make these teams, but this is a cook. Moving on. Small Int, I mean, it was bound to happen. Small Int was going to be on this freaking roster of players as a newcomer, regardless. Smant probably he's been top 3 most requested newcomers for about like 2 years now. I want to say it's been a while since he's been up there. 2 years might be a little extreme. It's definitely been more than a year though. He's been up there as one of the most requested players for a long time. This man, fantastic variety creator, super funny guy, is great vibes, very talented gamer. He's really good at just variety games. So yeah, super cool. He's also speedran Minecraft in the past, and he played in Block Wars a couple of times. He's played in some Twitch Rivals events as well. So yeah, super cool guy. And Canadian, which is where the entire team is themed after. I had Krinios with Smant before, but then when I was building the team, I had Fruit, and I was like, this is a cool trio. And then I realized, oh wait, wasn't Smant on the Cyan Canadians hypothetical team every single time? And then I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I can't put Illumina here because there's just no shot that that's fair. So we're just going to work with what we've got. So you got a team of Fruit from Canada, Gem from Canada, Smant from Canada, and Etho from Canada. If I had to guess, this team would probably be the most popular team. But knowing how MCC loves to do their Twitter stuff, I could see it just randomly not being on any of the hype colors. Just because, why not? Anyways, yeah, this team would be insane. If this was a real MCC team, which I feel like isn't that unlikely necessarily. Ethos seems interested in playing, just not streamed. Smant has shown interest, but he just, you know, it's more a case of like, will he ever get the invite? He will say yes if he gets invited, if he can make it, because like he is down. But I don't think he knows like that you have to like properly ask and go through all that. I don't even think he knows that Scott's in charge. Either way, this team is possible, and it would be super fire. Next up, purple team. Now Curry, I think, was also expected to at least roll around the corner at some point. This is the other... Actually, I forgot that blue team existed initially when I said that there was another hermit team. I guess there's 3 hermit teams this time. You got Curry with 3 hermits, being Cub, Pearl, and False. Cub and False kind of have to be with Curry, I think, for his first event. Not because Curry's like connections are restricted, but more because they have a fun history together when it comes to playing in events. And I think they would just make like Curry's first event experience a lot better. And I think Pearl is a very good fit. So yeah. Also, I didn't even like gas up Curry, you know, for being a good newcomer pick. Fantastic speedrunner, fantastic content creator as well, both on the YouTube and Twitch end. Really good content creator. Super wholesome. I don't think he swears, or maybe he does. I think he's family friendly. He gels well with a lot of people. He's a good team leader. He's a very good individual player as well. And yeah, I just think he is fantastic. I think he'd be super fun to have in MCC, and I think he would bring something new to the table. I think that's something that MCC needs. They need some people that add some variety. I know he is an HPG member and a speedrunner, but he approaches events differently, and his like vibes and his streams are just a little different. And I think when you apply that to MCC, you'd have a unique POV that would be something new to watch, which I think is good. That's something that you want in MCC, in my opinion. Now, obviously, I don't run the event, but that's my opinion at this point for MCC. And then finally, first, before we get to Pink Team, I want to give an honorable mention to Benex. When I was making this roster, I had Benex, you know, as a potential newcomer to be placed onto a team. And then I was like, well, I want to make sure that there's a decent variety when it comes to this roster, and putting Benex in probably means I either have to add another Hermit's team or take away one of the Hermit's teams and add Benex in there somehow. I was not going to get rid of Smant, not going to get rid of Curry, not going to get rid of Doc. So, unfortunately, Benex did not make the cut. Either way, final team, the newcomer is Prince Zam. Now, this might be a tad bit of a surprise, maybe not. I think Zam is still very highly requested. He was super highly requested around the Streamer Awards era, when he was like popping off, getting the whole micro community to vote for him, and then didn't win, unfortunately. But yeah, Zam is a goofball. He is literally chaotic as frick. Zam and Toby had to be a duo for this. I put Amy on there because Amy's also chaotic, and then just to add even more chaos to it, Tommy in it. I think the only people who don't know each other in this team, I think, are Tommy and Zam and Amy, maybe. I think everyone else knows each other though, so this would actually be a really good team and it would work. And I think it's probably underpowered, but like, who cares? Like, this is just a for fun team. They're just gonna have such a great time. So yeah, thank you all for watching. That is it. Let me know which team is your favorite, and on top of that, if you have a newcomer who is not represented in this video, who would you pick to be on their team if they were to be added to MCC as a first event team? Tell me your team thoughts. I want to hear your opinions on the teams I made and on people you want to see added to the event. And if you want to be creative, make a team for them. And if you want to be extra creative, make a team for them with the players not picked here. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm Wolfeei, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.